What's up, guys? This is Zombie. This is the next video, the Tower Knight boss at the end of Boletarian 1-2. I tried to show in this video all the different types of ways you could beat him. You come in here and a bunch of archers spawn around you and you need to get rid of them first. Unless you're just a badass, I guess. And so that's what I do is I run up here. You avoid his range. Of course, I can't miss picking up anything. And you gotta just run around the loop and kill all the archers first, or else they just needlessly drain your health. After that, there's two ways you can kill him. And I tried to show them both. I don't think it worked out perfectly, but it kind of gets the point across. You can range him down, which is probably the easiest, but not everybody's ranged. Or you can melee him down, which is a little tougher, though faster if you've been leveling your guy and you've upgraded his weapon and you know what you're doing. So I end up running around here, killing all the guys. I'm just about done with that. And this is the last one. And boy, I messed this up. Watch this. Oh, I missed him. And then he shoots me. And that was a waste. But whatever. They're all out of the way. They're all dead now. And I run back. The easiest way is to, for me, I've read some different strats, is you got to target his head or his body. And I'm starting out with the bow. And it keeps his shield up in front of him. And if you shoot a shield, obviously it doesn't do anything. And so you got to time it to where you launch an attack right before he pulls his shield up and he starts his little lance throw, because you don't want to get hit by that, because it does a fair amount of damage and it wastes your healing items. And so the bow I have is the standard bow that the thief starts with, and I have standard arrows, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. You can see his health go down a little teeny bit. There, it just went down another little teeny bit. And so that's how you would range him down. I get a little antsy and jump here and there, but you honestly don't need to, because the lance hits, well, in that case it didn't, that's a bad example, but you can position yourself so that the lance hits the wall in front of you and not you. And my bow, I can't read that, 22 damage, something like that. It's terrible. It would take forever to do this. And I happen to train soul arrow on this thief when I used some of his souls and leveled up his soul level. I'm kind of partial to soul arrow, and in this case soul arrow does pretty good damage on this guy, and it makes him really, if you're a caster class, he's easy. Watch this. He just he takes it. I mean, that was like almost 100 by the look of it. Bang, you know, and sometimes he misses when he sways, but you could look, 2 hits already did more damage than I did with a bow. And I guess that says more about my bow skill than anything, which sucks. But that's how you'd range him down. I wasted a couple shots there just when I was recording this. I was deciding whether or not I wanted to try and do both tactics. And I was going to record it 2 separate, a melee and a ranged, and then I decided just to lump it all together. So I get him below half here, and then I'm going to go melee him down eventually. I play with the bow, I guess, a little bit to get a couple more shots in. And the way he targets when you target him is he has 2 targets, 1 on each foot, that when you melee you initially hit. He has a chest target, and he has a head target. And generally what I like to do is when I'm hitting him with arrows, if that's the class I'm using, I want to shoot him in the chest. And if I'm using magic, I want to shoot him in the head. And obviously if you're melee, you want to hit him into his feet until he falls down, then you whack him in the head. So I heal up, get ready to run in and do it. When you come down after killing the archers, you got to avoid his soul arrow. And you want to time it to where he launches a soul arrow at you. But you pretty much do this. You run straight at him, and you work your way around him. He does a little shield slam attack that I get hit by here, and you can see it does a good amount of damage, and I'm a noob. But you can avoid that by when he picks up his shield like that, you run away from him. Just through him and past him, and you're good. And so you target his feet, you hit him, they get this little like steam stuff squirting out of him. And after you do enough damage to him, he'll actually fall, typically. And when he'll stay on his back when he falls for a short duration, and you can hit him in the head and kill him. And it's pretty simple. I think this is, most people generally think this is still one of the non-real bosses, whatever you want to term it. He's a pretty grand fight. He's giant. They make it very theatrical, so it's pretty fun that way. But I take a lot of hits here because, well, I'm just messing around, I guess. That or I suck, or both. But he's easy. As with a lot of the bosses, if you're ranged, they're really easy. Armored Spider, who's the next boss that comes up, is just ridiculously easy if you're ranged, and just a little harder if you're not. See, here he falls, and if you don't roll away when he falls, you take damage and fall on your butt like that, and you waste time, and here he dies. But if he didn't have such low health, and he dies, or he falls over, and you get hit by his fall, you just lose time when you're hitting his head, which is not a good thing. So when he starts to stagger to fall, just back up. And if you're really good, you don't even have to target his feet. You can just hit him, and that actually makes things a little easier, because being locked into the target's rough. That's it for Boletarian Palace 1-2, and that's your second boss. Thanks.